Hello guys, welcome back to Matt's Motors and welcome to mine and my dad's new Jaguar XJ. Right, so what is it? Why did we buy it? What are we going to do with it? So this is a car I got with my dad, so it's not my car, not his. It's a Jaguar XJ Sovereign. I've tried to have a look on the internet for what the difference is in a Sovereign. I think it's a spec. It seems to be that most of them are long wheelbase, so it's a long wheelbase model. I think I looked it up and it's nearly 5 meters long and 1.7 tons. So it's a lot of car, it's a big car, it's heavy, and I love it. It's not particularly fast. I think it's 260 or 70 horsepower. It's not particularly fast, but it's very smooth and like progressive. Linear, sorry. It's naturally aspirated. It's a 4-litre V8, so it just climbs up to 70 brilliantly. And once you're up there, you know, it has no trouble overtaking things or anything like that. Yeah, I love it. It's bloody brilliant. I'd like to think we bought it for a reason. We didn't really, other than I've always liked them. I've always wanted one, but I've always been a bit scared of whether, you know, that it's a Jag at the end of the day, so parts will be expensive. They're probably unreliable, but I had a look on the internet before going to see it. It's quite a clean example. It's done 67,000 miles, I believe, so not a huge amount of mileage. It has sat for a long time. It's got a fresh MOT, brand new, prior to buying it, so I don't know if it's a good thing because it didn't have any advisories, and after driving it, I believe there should be some advisories. I'm not sure what, but there's something a little bit wrong. It's not like major. But yeah, I've always wanted one, but I've always been a bit like, oh, I don't really want to buy one in case it breaks. So I got one with my dad, so if it does break, it's not as bad. What else? So it's had service history up to about 40,000 miles, I believe. So it's not full service history, but it's got a fair bit in there. But it's just such a good car. So as I say, this is the long wheelbase model, so it is a sizable fucker. I think 4.8 meters maybe. It's longer than an L322 Range Rover. So yeah, quick walk around. There's not too much to report, to be honest. The only bit of bad body is here, and having a look at the other ones on the marketplaces and eBay and all that sort of stuff, they all seem to rust here and they all have a saggy headliner. So I'll give you a look inside after that. What else I like is it's got pinstripe, which is pretty cool. It's pretty like in with the time, and you see that goes all the way up the car. It's not been properly cleaned yet, as you can see there's mud all on it, but in the sunlight the paint works lovely. It's sort of like a metallic blue. I'm not sure you'll be able to get it on the camera, but yeah, it's a bloody beautiful thing. It drives better than I thought they would, to be honest. I thought it'd feel very boaty, but no, not at all. I mean, it does feel soft but not boaty. But look at it, it's a brilliant thing. So some of the small things I like about this car. First one is that to get the boot open, you press the Jag button in the middle, like the logo. Next, it's got a bloody massive boot. It's not very deep, it's probably like a foot deep, so it's not huge, but as in the depth is ridiculous, really. You could fit at least a good few, 2, 3, 4 people in there. Well, maybe not 4. Comes with a little CD changer. I don't know if it works yet, to be honest. It's got all the original like Jaguar first aid kit and all that sort of stuff, so that's nice. What else have we got? I think it's got a full-size spare wheel. Yeah, so it's got a full-size spare wheel, which is always nice. Now I'm not going to be able to get that back. Another super cool thing about the car, it's got like a, I don't even know what you call this, but I'd call it like a suicide bonnet. I'm sure it's not what it's called, but in my head it's the same sort of way that a suicide door opens backwards. So it's a 4-litre V8, but it's absolutely silent, this thing. It ticks over so well. I'm kind of tempted to do the old thing where you put a penny on the top, because I'm pretty certain it would stay there and not move. It's definitely the smoothest engine I've ever had in a car ever. It's so smooth. So if you're still watching, I'd like you to, after I've showed you the interior, write in the comments how much you think we have paid for this. I don't know the actual market value of it, but I do feel like we got a bit of a deal, just going on the condition of everything. I mean, seeing as the driver's seat's obviously usually the most worn, and usually you'd have your bolster like knackered in a car this old, it's pretty much, it's really close to being mint. I mean, the carpet's a bit dirty, but that's just because where I've been getting in and out of it. But everything is not mint, but it doesn't look worn, it doesn't look 20 years old. Right, so the interior is really where you want to be in this car. It's sort of what it's made for. It's not designed on the outside looks, it's really for the comfort and the luxury inside. Literally everything that you touch is either leather, so your handbrake, leather, gear knob is wooden. I don't know if this is real wood. I'd assume it's some sort of, what is the name for it? Veneer. I don't think it would be solid just because it would be so expensive, but it looks like walnut wood to me. But yeah, everything you'd expect in a car of this luxury standard. So you've got the electric windows all the way around, 3 settings for your memory seat. When you get in the car and turn the ignition, it will adjust automatically to your like preset. You've also got cruise control, volume controls for your Jaguar phone. So I had a look online on eBay for these, and for a mint working one, you're looking at 200 quid, which is absolutely mad. The screen is obviously buggered in the middle, but I can see things underneath it. I can see things happen if I press buttons, and I can also hear it. So I assume this would work if you put a SIM card in, and it's not on some like old network or something. I don't really know how old things work. You've also got heated seats in the front. They've only got one setting, and to be honest, they're not as you'd expect with new heated seats. They've got one setting and they warm up, they don't get hot. So if you're really cold, I mean, it would take a while to heat itself up. It's got a real clock in, which I love this when a car has a mechanical clock in it. I don't know, it just feels luxury and nice, and I like watches anyway, so it's like I don't know, it's just cool to me. I know a lot of people won't find that interesting, but yeah, that's really cool to me, which is quite sad in a way. You've got all your radio. Oh, that won't come on because the key's not in, but so give the key a twist. No warning lights, which is obviously nice. Yeah, so 67,000 miles. I'll scroll through, and the only downside to this car is the miles per gallon. So it's saying 20 miles per gallon average. That's up and down the motorway, it's 65 miles an hour, so you know you're not going to get a lot out of it. But it's just a special thing to drive. So moving down from all the entertainment stuff, it's an automatic 5-speed, I believe. You've got obviously your park, reverse, neutral, drive, and then you can put it into a sort of a semi-automatic. So you go 2, 3, 4, or second, third, fourth. You've got sport mode, which sort of just hangs onto the gears a bit longer. It doesn't feel much faster, but it does make a difference. This, I don't actually know what this is. I assume it's a speed, like a speed limiter. So you could set it at say 70 miles an hour and you won't go faster. This, I also don't know what it is. I assume it's cup holders, but this is jammed shut. I've tried everything, but I can't open it for some reason. It almost looks like it's been glued to the leather. So another thing that's super cool about this car is the legroom. It's ridiculous. I've never been in a car with as much legroom, so I don't know how well you can see, but I'm 6 foot tall, and at the moment, if I hold my legs up, they don't actually touch the end of the sort of footwell. So, and you've still got plenty of room in the back. You know, you're not struggling in the back. So it's ridiculous, really, the amount of room you've got. As normal, you've got a little glove box here, a cassette thing, so obviously you can whack. Oh, actually, no, you can't. That's useless. I was going to say, oh, do they go in this way? Oh, maybe they go in this way. That shows that I've never used one of these before. I guess this goes in that way, and then maybe you can play your own music. I don't really know, so who knows with that. I forgot to mention the front left seat is also electrically adjustable, as with the driver's seat. But in this car, where you really want to be is in the back. I can't quite get a sort of a real picture of how big it is in here because the camera's lenses, I can't go any like wider on the lens, but it's ridiculous. Again, I'm 6 foot tall. I haven't adjusted the seat, so I could still sit in the front with my legs flat, and my legs are nowhere near the back of the seat. So it feels what I could imagine first class being like in a plane. You know, you've got a comfy seat. I've got my ashtray for when I smoke my cigar in the back. That's on both sides. Again, electric windows. And something that I've never had in a car before, which is really cool and really useless for me, is this. So I can electrically adjust the seat from here, which is super, super cool. Again, not that I'm ever going to use it, but it just, I don't know, it's just cool to me. I assume what that's for is if you're being chauffeur driven, you can put the seat forward, but there isn't, I literally can't get over how much room there is, and I'm annoyed that I can't sort of picture it. So this is, the camera's now where my head is, and you know, I could literally sleep in here, I reckon. It's just such a cool car. But as I say, literally everything. The surrounds here and there is the only plastic I can actually see in the back. Even your door locks, like they're real metal. They're not just made to look like metal. Around the lights, it's metal. Headrests are leather, of course. Handles are wrapped in leather. I can feel the stitching on the back. Another thing to mention is that the car came with a number plate. I did a valuation on one of those online websites, and they reckon it's worth 800 quid. So, I mean, even if we could sell it, get maybe 500 quid for it, it's quite a decent way, or it's a good percentage of what the car costs. So there you go. There's my dad's and mine new Jaguar XJ Sovereign, long wheelbase. I love this car. It drives so well, it's so comfortable. I feel like a gangster driving it. The fuel bill's terrible, and when it breaks, if it breaks, it's probably also going to be terrible. But in the wise words of Alex, we buy these cars so you don't have to. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. There will be a follow-up video to this, me driving it, maybe next week. Hopefully next week if I can sort it out and hopefully feel a little bit better by then. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. And remember that every day's a good day.